Hey, it's Carl Walenskas from FedTrax back at you again, and today I'm going to talk specifically to those technology companies who want to investigate the federal marketplace to see if there's a play for their technology or their solution or service. This also could apply to existing federal contractors who've sort of dried up in a certain area or investigating a new market for a certain service or technology that they've developed. But in many cases, I might be talking to these technology startup companies who've developed something that's really cool. They're out of Silicon Valley or some other place, Northeast, and they really want to explore this market for the long-term potential that it might bring to their business as a new revenue stream. So I know what you're probably thinking. If you've investigated this marketplace before and done some initial research, you know that there are plenty of barriers that get in your way to do business in the federal space. You don't have the right contacts, you don't know the right people, you don't have contract vehicles that the government can buy from you, you don't have the right socioeconomic designation, you don't have the history or past performance. All these are valid reasons, but don't let them be a total no-go gauge for you to not do business with the federal government without doing a little bit further research first, because there are ways to get in. So today we're going to talk about, for technology startups, 4 steps to assess your federal business fit. I mean, where do you fit in? The first thing you need to do is to brainstorm technology possibilities for your technology or your technical service in the federal space. What do I mean by that? Some people don't make the connection that they have a technology that applies to the commercial space and it does something very specific, but it might not have a direct market parallel in the federal space. But if you dig a little deeper, it might. I'll give you an example. I talk many times to companies who use artificial intelligence to better customer experience. They model themselves upon the sort of the Amazon people also bought, where things get more and more tailored. This is being done a lot by a lot of companies in the digital experience, using some sort of AI to monitor people's behavior and respond with appropriate offers. At first blush, you think, well, the federal government doesn't have customers that result in sales. They don't sell things. What they do, they sell ideas, they sell their agencies, and they're concerned with reaching their constituents and the people who are their stakeholders to actually engage in those agencies, oftentimes for no other reason than to make sure that they stay in existence. They have to justify the need before Congress for a certain service that an agency provides. Many times it's also mission-oriented. So take a hard look at all the possibilities of your technology and where they might be appropriate. The second thing you need to do is to evaluate your customization tolerance, both as a corporate culture and for the technology. What I mean by that is simple. If your technology is one size fits all and has little ability to configure it or to modify it in any way, it's probably not a good fit for the federal government, because a government agency always wants to put its signature on whatever technology it introduces in the marketplace. Many software technologies that come out of Silicon Valley are very configurable and can fit the bill. If you've got that customization tolerance, that doesn't require a total rewrite and engaging software developers, but if your technology has some ability to morph and change to meet a mission need, that might be a good candidate to attack the federal space. The third thing you need to do, the third step, is to create a short list of federal agencies. Based off the top of your head, what do you know about these agencies? For example, if you have a technology that reduces transactional costs for millions and millions of transactions, you might want to take a look at highly transactional federal agencies, Medicare and Medicaid services, the IRS. Some of these technologies, I work with companies who have these exact type of technologies, and those are 2 agencies that sort of jump out at us right away because they process financial transactions or interactions with the public, and also that they're very important, and the technology can take care of that from a security perspective. So make a short list, put a cross-reference matrix, agencies across the top versus your technologies. It can be more than one down the left side, and see what the potential size of the market is just based on first blush. Then you want to verify that, and that's step number 4. Do a little mission research. Go onto those agency websites. Very specifically, they all have their missions listed. They all have visions listed. They tell you what they're all about, what they focus on, and what's important to them. Once you find that information, go back to your cross-reference matrix and validate it, verify that your assumptions were correct. And this, when you're all said and done, you have now a federal fit analysis, at least on the back of a napkin, that gives you an idea what the size of the market is. Is it worthwhile pursuing any further? Speaking of pursuing any further, if you have made it this far through the video, first of all, thanks for watching and listening. Second, if you are a technology company that has some innovative technology or service that might be appropriate and you're looking at the federal space, give me a call. Hit the FedTrax website, go to the contact form, and just write target analysis on the subject line or in the comments and send it off to me. I'll get in touch with you and we'll figure out if your technology is appropriate. In a quick conversation, we'll determine, and if there's good chemistry between us and things fit, I will do a complimentary target analysis for federal agencies for your technology that gives you some market research. Maybe there's a nugget in there as you plan your corporate strategy for the next quarter, the next 6 months, or the next year. Thanks for watching. Take care.